Hi guys, welcome back to Dear Life Let's Talk. I want to share a story that happened with me last night. A friend of mine invited me for a barbecue party today and I had to say no to her because I had to shoot this video. And it was so difficult for me to say no because I really wanted to go for the party. But sometimes, you have your own priorities and you have to say no. So today's video, I'm going to talk about how to say no and still not hurt the person. There are so many things that go on inside the mind. Sometimes we feel that we might appear rude if we say no, or we might appear selfish, maybe the other person gets hurt, or we might even ruin the relationship, and so many things. So let's decode that first. Now, these are some reasons which I mentioned, but there are more reasons and more deeper issues that are involved with saying no, which nobody talks about. Number one, we have not prioritized our life. We don't know what we want to do with our day. Maybe we are not sure about our activities of the day. So that is why when somebody comes and says, "Can you do this for me?" and I'm like, fine, I have no option, even though I don't want to do. So it's very important to prioritize our day, our activities, our life. Number two, it's a cultural thing. From childhood, we are taught that we should be nice to others, we should be kind, we should obey to them, even though they might be wrong, but we have to obey to them. We should always respect them, we should treat them nicely. So basically, we should be fake, even if we don't want to be nice. We should be rather taught how to prioritize our life, how to take care of our own priorities, our life, and so many things like that. The third aspect is that maybe you consider the other person as a little superior as compared to you. You feel that maybe the other person is elder to you, or the other person has important things to do, and your things, your activities are not as important as theirs. So you feel that, okay, I might as well do their work rather than doing my work. The fourth aspect is that you are a pleaser. You always want to please people. You always want to be nice to them and say yes, be a yes man. When you want to please somebody so much, you actually lose your own identity. Because there are so many different individuals who think differently. Now, if you go on to pleasing every individual, just imagine how it's gonna be. Trying to please everybody is of no use, and it takes you nowhere in the long run. The fifth aspect is that somewhere within yourself, you're not sure about your own self. That is why you just want to say yes to somebody so that you don't appear weak, you don't appear incompetent, you don't appear boring, lazy. Basically, you have some self-esteem and confidence issues. Now, there's an exercise that I would like you guys to do today, which will help you to change this mindset. There are 3 questions that you have to answer. Number 1, make a list of all the ways saying yes affects your life. That is, when you say yes to somebody all the time, in what ways does it affect you in your life? Number 2, when and with whom are you not a people pleaser? Whom are you comfortable saying no? Just think about the mindset that you have with these people. Number 3, what do you believe will happen if you say no? Just list all the possible things that could happen to you. Also, you should remember 2 things, that others have the right to ask and I have the right to refuse a request. So actually, when you're saying no to somebody, you're not actually saying no to that person, but you're just saying no to the request that person is making to you. So now, as we know what are the possible reasons as to why you're not able to say no, let's look at some steps which you can follow when you actually want to say no. Number 1, buy some time from the other person. The moment somebody comes to you, don't say a yes immediately. Take some time from them and tell them, okay, I'll think and tell you, I'll get back to you. Now, in that time you have bought for yourself, you can actually think about it whether you want to say yes or you want to say no. Sometimes it happens that you actually want to end up saying yes, so you don't have to go through this entire process of whether it's a yes or no, no or yes. Now, secondly, just think about what feelings you are having within your instincts, whether you want to say no or yes. If you have made up your mind to say no, then tell the other person, I'm sorry, I will not be able to do it, and give a plain reason, a simple reason. Don't end up justifying yourself and giving all sorts of explanation as to why you don't want to do that particular thing. The third aspect, which nobody talks about, you might end up giving another possible solution or option to the person. Now, what happens is, when somebody wants to do something, they're not looking for you to do it, they're looking to solve that issue. So it might happen that you know somebody who could help that person, or you know something that might actually solve the issue. So before giving this suggestion, you seek permission from that person and you ask whether you want a solution or not. And if that person says okay, then you can suggest whatever you have on your mind. Then there is another category of people which I call as the maybe people. Now actually they are the people who want to say no, but just to keep their face they end up saying maybe, and in the end they actually say no. Now what happens is, when you say maybe to somebody with the intention of saying no in the end, the other person actually thinks, okay, maybe that person is going to say yes to me. So he or she has a hope that you will say yes. But then you end up saying no and the other person feels so bad. So it's rather better to be honest in the first place and say no. If you end up saying no in the end, the person will actually not have a very good picture of you and will definitely not request you for that similar thing again. So that's why avoid being this maybe person. So that's all I would like to share in this video. Please do that exercise which I have mentioned, which will really help you. If you want any assistance or help with that exercise, you can write to me at reallifeletstalk@gmail.com. But this video is going to have a part 2, where in the next video I'll be talking about different scenarios and what you can actually say to the other person when you want to say no. So that's all I would like to share in this video. To make it a great day. Bye bye and take care.